Okay guys, real quick comparison video on the Glock 19 and the SIG 320. I'm not going to go into the big details about which gun's fatter and all that crap, because I'm sure you've already seen the other 1,800 videos out there that compare these two guns, and really honestly they're fairly close to each other. Obviously neither one of these weapons have magazines in them, and they are both clear chambered. You know, pretty close, not a whole lot of difference height wise, a little bit of difference length wise. Of course, the Glock is a little bit narrower in the slide than the SIG is, and of course the big debate, you know, oh my god, the SIG has such a lower bore axis that it's just going to have less felt recoil and all that doodad. I don't buy into it. I shoot both these guns, and I don't think either one of them has more or less recoil than the other. Of course, the SIG is a little bit longer because this is a compact frame with a full-length slide. That's the reason why I bought this gun, is because it came that way, and I wanted a little bit longer sight radius. It's not a huge difference between you know, the Glock and the SIG, but you know, realistically, you've got another probably good quarter-inch, and a good quarter-inch of barrel, you know, makes a little bit of difference accuracy-wise. At least it does for me, being able to pick up the sights maybe a little bit better. I don't know, maybe I'm nuts, but you know, either way, when you compare the two guns together, a lot of good things on the Glock, at least this model anyway. You know, the Wilson sights, great, love them. The Tango Down or Vickers slide release and mag release, I love those. I did put the stainless pins in it. I did put about $80 in the trigger at this point, trying to make it to where it just doesn't feel like a complete sponge. But it's still, I'm still not happy with it, and not done with that. The SIG out of the box, just picked it up the other day. You know, it's got steel sights on it, which I like because I don't have to worry about spending $100 right out of the gate. Front serrations on the slide, like that. Wish Glock would do that. I did put the Apex trigger in it for $45 because it does make a difference being able to put your finger on a flat face trigger. But really, capacity-wise, these guns are both very similar. One other thing that I like more on the SIG than I do the Glock is when you go to put a light on it, especially a longer light like the TLR1HL. Of course, on the 19, it sticks out a great deal. On the 17, it's not quite so bad. But of course, on the SIG, being a little bit longer pistol and having a full Picatinny rail, looks like it belongs there. You know, of course, it does weigh the front of the gun down a little bit. It's not a big deal. I don't see it as being an issue, and it does help with recoil management just a little bit. But even without the light, you can shoot these guns side by side, and I do not feel that much of a difference between one or the other. I think it's very, very minimal, if anything at all, and it certainly doesn't sway me in one direction or the other. I just believe that with the SIG, you're getting a pretty good amount of value for your money, getting good usable sights right out of the box. Front and rear serrations I really like, because I like being able to use that. And you know, these things work, man. They're cut really deep and they're on an angle, so no matter how you want to manipulate this gun, it just works. The Glock, you know, once you're a little slicky, you know, I mean, this gun's got a little bit of oil on it, and I've probably got a little bit of oil on my fingers, but you know, it functions. But man, you got to put a lot of pressure on that slide because it's smooth. You know, it really needs to have serrations on it. But I don't want to put the Lone Wolf on this because I don't want to take away from what the gun is, which is a Vickers 19. And I also don't want to send it out and spend $300 to have the side or have the slide machined, refinished, and all that crap, and then wait 6 weeks to get it done. There's no point in that at all, not to me anyway. But you know, it's still a nice gun. It's just not really everything I'd like it to be. And I think the SIG 320 is a nice alternative. You know, like I said, the high bore axis doesn't bother me at all. The gun shoots great. I don't feel the recoil in it that much. And overall, I'm happy with both of them. I would just like to see Glock, you know, get with the program and start putting some serrations on these slides on the front anyway. It'd be nice to maybe have some towards the back of the rear of the slide, or even, you know, make these slides like they did with the MLS guns. Make them optics ready. That would be a huge benefit for the smaller guns. A lot of guys are going to RMRs now. But either way, for these two particular weapons anyway, you know, size comparison, they're pretty similar. Capacity wise, they're the same. All that kind of garbage. But they, you know, a couple little benefits to the SIG 320. And you know, when I get some chance here this week to hit the range, I'll go ahead and bring both of them, and we'll do a little shooting comparison on them, and you can judge for yourself whether or not the bore axis, you know, makes a big difference. Until then, guys, just be safe, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you soon.